Shalom, shalom. In today's video, we are going to be discussing secrets of the third school. And normally I don't cover this school or any of its practices. However, in this particular video, by request, I'll be revealing some of its aspects. In prior videos that I've posted, I've dealt with the 42 letter name at length. As it is known, we find it in Book 1 of the Zohar, and it is constructed by taking the first letter of the Anabakoach, which gives us 42 letters. It is also known that these 42 letters are 42 angels, as it has been explained in prior videos. Now, the particular angels we're going to be dealing with are going to be in the sphere of Chesed. The 42 letter name is developed and split up into 7 different rows of 6 letters. So the first line is Chesed, Gevura, Tiferet, Netzach, Hod, Yisod, and Malchut. The grade of angels we'll be dealing with is Ophanim. We're going to find a list of them here in Sefer Omek Hamelech. And we find a list of these 42 Ophanim. It says the 42 name and is the secret of Ophanim. And we see a list of these 42 angels here. So each one of the 42 letters of the Anabakoach expand themselves into 42 angels. Now, in prior videos, it was shown a list of the 42 seraphim as it's listed in the first book of Omek Hamelech, and these are the 42 Ophanim as they are listed in the second book of Omek Hamelech. However, Omek Hamelech contains errors, and I will be revealing one of these major errors here in this video, and the error is going to be in reference to the divine names that are used. Now, I will be cross-referencing Omek Hamelech directly with one of the highest gates of all of Kabbalah, which is Sefer Sha'ar Ruach HaKadosh, or the gates of the Holy Spirit. And we're going to find here in Yehud 140, we're going to find the secret of the name of Aleph, Beit, Gimel, Yod, Tav, and Sadiq, which is the first Aleph, Beit, Gimel, Yod, Tav, Sadiq. And again, our grade of angels are going to be Ophanim. And the first angel we're going to be dealing with is spelled Aleph, Dalet, Yod, Resh, Yod, Resh, Vav, Nun. There are many ways it can be pronounced. Adea, Reron, or Adi, Riron, or Adya, Rayaron. Many different ways it can be pronounced, depending on which Nikudim that we're using. Referring back to Sha'ar Ruach HaKadosh, we're going to see that very name there. Aleph, Dalet, Yod, Resh, Vav, Nun. And it says, regarding the Aleph, Dalet, it says the Gematria here is 5. And these are going to be in reference to 5 Echia. So the next is Resh Yod, which here has a gematria of 210. And it notes that these are the gematria value of 10 echias. And there is an echia for Keter, Hokmah, Bina, Chesed, Gevura, Tiferet, Netzach, Hod, Yisod, and Malkut. So they represent the 10 Sephirot. And the drawing of this particular name is from the side of Ima. And these angels, which are associated both with Bina and Malkut, who took the garment of Bina, as these are the grade of Ophanim, often associated with Malkut, we see this as a gematria of Resh Yod. So the Resh Yod of this name, which is right here, Yod Resh, is 210. And these are 10 echias. And it states here that the gematria, the Nikud values that are associated with this name is the gematria 116. And for those who do not know, each dot is counted as a yod. And here, a patak were counted as a vav, and a kamatz is counted as a vav and a yud. So we see the end of the name is Yud Resh Vav Nun. Yud Resh Vav Nun. And it says here that the gematria is tied to the 72. And so this is the gematria of the 72 letter name plus the 72 letter name squared. So Yod plus Yod He plus Yod He Viv and Yod He Viv He, which is gematria 184. And then when combined with 72, which will add up in front of everybody here. So the gematria of the squaring, so we have the name 72 plus the gematria of the squaring, which is the gematria 184, equals 256. And then it stays here with the addition and 10 otiot letters of the 72. So with the addition of the 10 letters of 72 being 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, we have 266. This is the value of Yod, which is 10, Resh, which is 200, Vav, which is 6, and Nun, which is 50. The gematria here is 266. And so what I just explained to you guys, and lightly censored detail, is the Partsufim construct of this particular angel. And this angel takes a portion from Hokmah and a portion from Bina. The reason is, as I explained at the beginning of the video, we are in the sphere of Chesed. That being said, Chesed receives the Shefa from Bina, which was marked by the name Echia. It also receives the Shefa of Hokmah, which we see here associated with the 72 name. And so, in the Zohar, we learn the secret of the letters. And we learn that large letters are the secret of Bina. And normal sized letters are the secret of Zerayin Pin, and small letters are the secret of Malkut. And that to use the large letters involves mental process, and to use the small letters involves action, which is what Asiya means. Meaning that the 42 angels of the 42 letter name, which is associated with Ima, are all interacted with through mental processes. So what we're looking at is this particular angel's construct. And these constructs would be assembled via a mental thought process involving this particular angel. So we're going to go to the second angel. And we're going to find it's listed. And again, we find this exact same ophoneme in Omek Hamelek. But what is not explained is their partsufims. And so we're going to see here our second angel, and it is spelt Beit, He, Yod, Resh, Vav, and Nun. And it states here that Beit, Yod, He has a gematria of Tov and has an association with it. And we see that it is in the secret of the name Aleph, He, Vav, He. And Aleph, He, Vav, He is the exact same gematria as the first three letters, which is 2 plus 10 is 12, plus He is 17. And so this holy name, which is Aleph, He, Vav, He, rarely used, only in High Kabbalah. Aleph is 1, He is 5, that's 6. Plus 6 is 12, plus He is 17. So the value of this holy name is the value of the first three letters of this angel's name. And this is also the gematria of Tov, which again is because we are still in the sphere of Chesed, and Tov, as it is known, is Chokmah. It says here that the gematria of the Nikudim is 52. And so we can add it as every dot is a Yod. So that's 10 plus 10, that's 20. And here is a Vav and a Yod. So a Vav and a Yod is 6 plus 10, that's 16. And 6 plus 10, of course, that's 16. So 16 plus 16 is 32, 42, 52. And so the gematria of the Nikudim is the gematria of 52, which ties itself into the 52 letter name. And it draws from the 52 letter name, this particular aspect of the name. That is where its roots are. The next part is Resh Yod. And here we're going to find Resh Yod is the gematria of Yod, He, Vav. And so the face is Yod, He, Vav. So Yod is 10, He is 5, and Vav is 6. That's gematria 21. And we're going to find, as Ehiyah, there's going to be one for each of the Sephirot: Keter, Hokmah, Bina, Chesed, Gevura, Tifres, Netzach, Hod, Yisod, Malkut. And 21 times 10 equals the value of Resh Yod, of this angel's name. And it is written out as such. And it says here, it says the gematria of the Nikudim is 72. And so it draws its aspect down from the 72 letter name, which is also associated with Chokmah. And so we see here that there is an intertwining between the 52 name, and we see there's an intertwining between Tov, which is an aspect of Chokmah, which is also signified by the letter Beit of this angel's name. And here we find that the Resh Yod of its name is associated to the root of the 72, and its Nikud is written out as such. And so we go on, and we find the mystery of Resh Vav Nun of this angel's name. So we saw the mystery of Beit He Yod, which is the Partsufim written out, Aleph He Vav He, as such. And we found the secret of Yod Resh, which is the value of Yod He Vav for each of the 10 Sephirot, which is its face. Its Nikud and roots are the 72 letter name. And then we find here Resh Vav Nun, which is the end of this angel's name. And the secret of here is, it says it is the gematria of El and its expansion alongside the gematria of the value of Adonai. And so Aleph, Lamed, Fe, Lamed, Mem, Dalet is gematria here is 185. And Adonai, Aleph, Dalet, Nun, Yod is gematria 65. And so we see here let's do the calculations. 185 plus we have 65, which is the value of Adonai, and that's 250. And so it says this includes the letters of the 6 letters of El Adonai, plus the 6 letters of El Adonai, which are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And here's the listing of our third angel. And we're going to find that there is going to be a differentiation between what Sha'ar Ruach HaKadosh says and what Omek Hamalek states. And so it states here that the name associated to Gimel is Gimel Yod Hey Yod Resh Yod Vav Nun. But it is not so here in Sha'ar Ruach HaKadosh. And this is by all aspects a more authoritative source than Omek Hamalek. So, with that being said, the secret of Gimel Yod He, of this angel's name, which we find here, is the Gematria 18. And we find here that these are tied to the letters Zain, Chet, and Gimel. And Zain plus Chet, so 7 plus 8 equals 15, and plus 3 equals 18. And so this is in the secret of its name. And we find that the Nikud has a gematria of 52, meaning that, as it was explained, this is a Vav and a Yud, so that's 16. Vav and a Yud, that's 16. And so 16 plus 16 equals 32. And each Yod is 10. So 32, so that's 42, 52. And so the gematria draws its root here from the 52-letter name. And then this is because the 52-letter name is in the secret of the Nukva of Malkut. And it is known that the Ophanim are tied there, as explained earlier in the video. So next we have Resh Yud. And Resh Yud of the name, which here equals 210, is the secret of the name Beit Yod Tet. And so Beit is gematria 2, Yod is gematria 10, and Tet is gematria 9. And so the gematria here is 21. 2 plus 10 is 12, plus 9 is 21. And again, for this angel's face, it's Partsufim. It's Kether, Hokmah, Bina, Chesed, Gevura, Tifres, Netzach, Hod, Yisod, and Malkut. And here, 21 times times 10 equals the value of Resh Yod of this angel's name. And so we now have Resh Vav Nun. And the secret of Resh Vav Nun, it says here that the letter Nun, which signifies 50, it says here that they are the 25 letters of the Melui. And then also in another expansion of 25 letters of the Melui. And so the 25 letters that it's referring to are the expansion of Aleph, Lamed, Fe, Hey, Hey, and Yod, Viv, Dalet, spelled out with Yods, Hey. And so we find here that this is 25 letters expanded. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. And so these refer to 25 letters. And then here we see 25 letters that ascribe themselves to the next expansion, which has to deal with the expansion of Adonai and the expansion of Elohim. So the expansion of Adonai has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And Elohim 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. And so the noon of this angel's name, which here is a gematria 50, refer to the 25 letters of these two expansions. And here's the expansion of Adonai and Elohim. And it says that the Resh and Vav, which Gematria here is 206, which would be the remaining aspect of the name that we have not discerned the Partsufim for. It says that this is the Gematria of the three expansions of the 72, 63, and 45. And it includes the 26 letters, which are the initial Yod He Vav He. And so this is the expansion of 72, the expansion of 63, the expansion of 45, and the 26 for Yod He Vav He. And this is the secret of the Resh Vav. So let's calculate this up. And so Resh is 200 and Vav is 6. So that's 206. We've established that. Now this is the 72 name plus the 63 name plus the 45 name plus the 26 letters value of the 4-letter name Yod He Vav He. You have 206. And so this is the Partsufim written out for this particular angel, which has to deal all in the Sephira of Chesed. And I suppose I could cover more angels, but I'm going to pause it here. And this is going to be for the sake of these things in part being a closed practice. Now, as it was explained earlier in the video, there are those that are interacted through action, mainly a type of talisman, which would be the lower grades. However, these types of practices are not done through talisman work. These types of practices are completely mental processes. They are mental constructs that when you draw down the influence of a particular angel, these Partsufim are envisioned. Very similar, I uploaded a video discussing the secrets of Yod He Vav He and the secret of Baruch and the mental Yehudim that goes alongside of it. And what you guys are looking at are the secrets of Yehudim and unifications at the Sod level of the third school. With that being said, absorb what you are able to, the raw exposure of the third school. If you'd like to support, I'll leave a link to my Patreon down below. Sefer Yira is also now physically available, covering the highest mysteries of the Kabbalah and reconciling many of the origin issues. If you would like to obtain a copy of that, I'll leave a link in the description below. Also, make sure to check out my TikTok at Restoration of the Breach. And with that being said, Shalom, Salah.